This video is a continuation of my project. In this project I'm testing a gesture module and a voice recognition module, and these two devices are connected to a CI5 interface which feeds an IC706. The idea of the project is to see how useful these hands-free devices are when controlling ham radio equipment. This is the CI5 interface, which consists of 12 buttons, and the 12 buttons have some functions which I want to test using the voice recognition and gesture module, functions that might be useful. For example, going up 100 Hz or going down 100 Hz, scanning, starting and stopping, lower sideband, upper sideband. This box, by the way, also has a couple of extra buttons. There are 10 functions on these. F1 and F2 provide another 10, so you get a total of 30 CI5 functions going to the radio using those 12 buttons. There's also a keypad. I'll just turn it on, and when it turns on it'll make a short announcement. First it'll test all the lamps down here. They'll come up, and then there'll be a voice announcement. VK3AQZ CI5 interface on. So that's the voice announcement telling me that the thing is now started up. There's the IC706 which I'm using for this project. You can use other equipment, you try it on other equipment like antenna rotators, but the 706 is nice and easy to control, so I thought I'd try that first. And here we have the gesture module. The gesture unit itself is inside a shroud. I'll just pan up to that. There it is there. I've used the shroud to give it a better range. Just by itself it's got a range of about 20 centimeters. With the shroud it doubles that. And there's the voice recognition microphone, and we'll go down to the panel and then we'll just turn it on. So I'll turn on the voice control. I've just zoomed into the displays for the voice control. It comes up with a splash screen. The one I'm using is what's called the simple VR module. Now to the right of that we have a gesture module. Turn that on, and it checks for the gesture. Once it's found it, it's quite happy, and then at the moment it's just gone to a particular gesture. In a minute I'll demonstrate the 7 gestures. So let's have a quick look at the CI5 box I've built. This box has a keypad on it, and it announces the numerals as I push the button. So let's put in 144.2 megs. 1 4 4 2 0 0 0. Now, having put in those digits, we can now swing over to the there's a button here called frequency load. I'll push that, but I'll show you what happens on the 706 screen. It's currently 100 megs. Frequency is now loaded. There you go. So I'll just push a couple of buttons. I'll make it go up 100 Hz. 100 Hz up. 100 Hz up. Maybe we'll go to lower sideband. Lower sideband activated. I want to go back to the main unit, and I can clear the keypad input that I put in. I'll just move over to that. So I can clear those digits by pushing the clear button. Keypad is cleared. So that's removed the 144.2 meg information from the keypad memory, ready for another frequency to be dialed up. So the 10 buttons give me 10 functions. Now if I push F1 I should get 10 more, but what I've done at the moment, I've only got the 10 voice messages. I've put in my Morse code. So if I push F1 it'll play my call sign in Morse code. Okay, and the second button plays 2 tunes. Star Wars. For fun. Push it again. And it plays a ham radio song. Da di da di da da di da da di da di da da di da. So there we are, we've got a little jukebox as well, temporarily. By the way, the voice playback module will play back up to 255 MP3 files, the way I've got it wired up. I'm using an Arduino, I'm using a port, an 8-bit port, to drive the module. This is a quick demo of the voice recognition unit. Single frequency.
Frequency is now loaded.
Now start scan.
Scan has started.
Scan, stop now.
Scan has stopped.
Step up.
100 Hz up.
Move down.
100 Hz down.
Upper sideband.
Upper sideband activated.
Lower sideband.
Lower sideband activated.
Scan, stop now.
Scan has stopped.
So here's a quick demo of the gesture module. We'll see how we go here. Sensor OK, so we go left, right, left,
Scan has started.
right,
Scan has stopped.
down,
100 Hz down.
up.
100 Hz up. Lower sideband activated.
Backward,
Upper side.
forward,
Lower
and then
sideband
backward.
activated.
That's the problem.
Upper sideband activated.
Now
Lower sideband activated.
do a wave.
Frequency is now loaded. Frequency is now loaded. Scan has stopped. Scan has started. 100 Hz down. 100 Hz up.
So there's the gesture module, and it does the same functions as the voice recognition module. There are only 7, just as an experiment. If you really need a little bit of what's called a range control on both that and the voice module, a volume or sensitivity, that can be done on the module itself, on the voice recognition. And there's also sensitivity adjustments you can do on the gesture module, so that if you move around in the chair or start talking, you don't want those 2 items to start triggering. So there are certain levels that have to be adjusted. Also, once the gesture or the voice is completed, it needs to go back to sleep, so it doesn't until you're ready to wake it up with some sort of a wake up phrase or gesture. With regards to voice recognition modules, the one I'm using, the Simple VR, is okay, but it's not perfect. This particular unit I purchased from an Australian vendor has 30 phrases programmed in by the factory. It's speaker independent, and it appears to be quite good. I'll just do some quick demos on it. It only cost $12. Wake up.
Your wish is my command.
Switch lights on.
Confirmed lights are on.
Switch lights off.
Confirmed lights are off.
Switch cooling on.
Confirmed cooling is on. Keep cool.
Switch cooling off.
Confirmed cooling is off. Nice temperature.
Set main output to 5%.
Main output has now been set at 5%.
Set main output to 40%.
Main output has now been set at 40%.
Open the gate.
Gate is opening.
Activate alarm.
Alarm activation in progress.
Computer initiate self-destruct sequence.
Self-destruct sequence has been initiated.
Open garage door.
Garage door is opening.
And so on. So that's quite it's a very reliable unit and works for quite a distance. Just the unit itself without the speaker and the mic is only $5. But to get it programmed, if you only want one programmed, it costs quite a lot of money. But if you get maybe 30 or 50 programmed, the programming in the factory is free. You heard the main output to 5%. Talking. This thing, by the way, turns itself off after so many seconds. You have to wake it up again. Wake up.
Your wish is my command.
There you go. It has one pin that has a pulse width modulation on it, and it has 10 widths of the pulse. That is how the set main output to 5%.
Main output has now been set at 5%.
How it works. So you can, if you measure the pulse widths, you can use, there are 10 functions on that single pin. And there are 4 or 5 other pins which can go directly,
cooling is off. Nice temperature.
which goes directly to relays. So that's something for the future. So here's a demo with the gesture module just on the rig. I'll just turn the volume up.
We even made the trays. We used to make the Coles
100
United
hertz
Brewery
down.
trays as well. We made them as well. This would be a big press.
100 hertz down.
And then we made
100 hertz up.
the crown
100
fields.
hertz
There was
up.
the caps.
Upper sideband activated.
Even make the champagne.
Lower sideband activated.
You know, on top of the top.
Scan has started. Scan has stopped. 100 hertz down.
That's all gone. It's all history.
100 hertz
You
up.
know, I haven't got
So there's a short demo with the gesture module.
even the powdered milk Klim. I don't know if you remember the.
Just a quick demo of the voice recognition module. Single frequency,
Activated. Frequency is now loaded.
lower sideband,
Lower sideband activated.
step up,
100 hertz up.
step up,
100 hertz up.
move down,
100 hertz down.
move down.
100 hertz down.
Now start scan.
Scan has started.
Scan stop now.
Scan has stopped.
Single frequency.
Frequency is now loaded.
So there's just a few phrases. It does trigger on sound from the radio if you're not careful. So it needs some sort of sensitivity adjustment, as you can hear.